So Shawn Clement here, Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center, home base for wisdom in golf. And here's another fine-tuning video, and this one is on alignment. Boy, oh boy, I tell you, I would say about 90% of my students have issues with alignment and then some. And so getting to the bottom of things, we're talking about how we evolved as human beings. And if you look at how we're designed to see things, we have a horizon that we're going to. It used to be nomads. So I'm going toward the horizon. I got my binocular vision here, and my eyes drop about 30 degrees to see if there's any stumps to trip over, any holes to fall into, any snakes that might bite me, and then I come back up. So I'm constantly doing this. I want to go that direction. I'm doing this. But never will I start walking this way unless, you know, there's something else involved, which we won't talk about. So the structure of the human being, the rib cage and the pelvis, and all these beautiful facet joints that bring them together, you'll see that in my video series. I got this beautiful 3D version of Scully. So rib cage and pelvis designed to go this way to go along with the eyesight. So now in golf, all of a sudden we're coming this way, our vision is completely changed. The vectors are toast. Your brain doesn't like seeing things this way. It's not used to it, it's not designed for it, hasn't evolved that way. That's why it's very important that you pick a spot in front of the ball using your binocular vision. So I see a spot in front of my ball, let's say I'm going towards you, a nice divot right there. So I see that it's going just on the right edge of the camera, and I want to feel that my momentum is going in this direction. So if I set up this way, I can see through my peripheral vision that this is moving well right of it, still to the right of it. So I'm looking at the blur of the club above the ball about 2-3 inches in front and 2-3 inches back. Still slightly. That feels pretty good right there. That feels like I'm going in that direction. So now, if you look at my alignment, my feet are actually lined up well right of the camera so that the ball comes to the camera. So if we look at the momentum right now, that feels pretty much like it's going towards you. So I am now properly aligned. And for many of you, you'll say, well, gosh, like I feel like I'm going way right of the camera. This feels like I'm going to it. Well, your ball doesn't come out of your pinky toe. It comes out from a position well right of that. So if I feel like I'm lined up on the camera, and then my ball is going way left of the camera, now what happens to my swing? I have to reroute my swing. There's no way that my instincts will allow me to swing freely. If they do, once in a while, you end up way left, you wonder, well, gosh, maybe, was my alignment? Or at the beginning, you're lined up properly and you swing toward the ball, you end up pulling it. You'll see my video, dynamic versus static, very important video. You got to check that out. You'll see why we react to certain alignments. But this is feeling the proper alignment. We pick a spot, we set up, we want the momentum to go in that direction. Now we're properly aligned to go in that direction. The rest of it is, how do I picture my shot, making sure that my focus is out there on the picture of it and the feel of that delivery toward that picture. So hope you enjoyed that little tidbit of evolution. And this is another thing that's going to motivate you to pick an intermediate spot in front of the ball, something Jack Nicklaus couldn't live without. You'll watch him when he was competing, you'd see his head go to the target, then to the intermediate target, then to the ball. Intermediate target, target, intermediate target, ball. So he's checking to make sure that all sets up. Now he's free to swing into the moving picture. So you may not want to use that intermediate point to line up with. For some of you, you'll prefer to swing toward the intermediate point because it feels closer. For others, it feels like you need to really release into that beautiful trajectory of that moving picture. Okay? So enjoy that, and we'll see you next video.